Red light's on, so that means it's the Baco Motorsports Power Hour. I'm Mike Griffith, Bakersfield, California Motorsports rider. This is our first segment. We're going to talk about national stuff, some local stuff, some regional stuff coming up. And I've got Steve Hughes from Curtin County Raceway Park in here to help me out.
Mike, how are you, man?
I'm wonderful.
That's what I like to hear.
You're back from vacation?
Yeah. We took a quick trip up to Bass Lake. It was a lot of fun.
Bass Lake, is it still full? It was very full.
Oh, full. Very full. Yes. Very nice up there.
For those out of the area, there's been like 7 years it has not been full. Or any other lake here.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. And, they drain that sucker every winter to about half the capacity, and it fills back up.
But it's still full. It hasn't filled back up over the past winter.
No, it hasn't. But it's very full.
It's nice when it's full, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it certainly is.
It's beautiful up there. It's just nice weather, so... Yeah, so enough about Bass Lake. We're here to talk about racing.
That's right.
Racing, and we're going to have the Fast Trip All-Area team. I've been thinking it was the third one, but this is our fourth year
It is our fourth.
So it's our fourth one.
Yeah, that's
hard to
great.
believe that, isn't it?
That's awesome, man.
And I just looked, and while I'm talking about that, Ryder DeFrancisco and Jet Reynolds won championships at Loretta Lynn AMA National Championships.
Yes, they did. And Styles Robertson was on his way to win it. He had a 1-1, and then that third moto got a DNF in that. I think that dropped him back to 7th.
Yeah, I think he finished 7th or 8th. I wrote it down, but and we got 3 very talented 13 and under.
We certainly do. Yeah.
Amateur motocross riders out on the circuit.
Yeah, they're
traveling all over the country. It's pretty impressive.
Absolutely, and multiple amateur championships for all 3 of those riders now. And we're gonna hear about them for the next 10 years or more.
And I think I heard Christian Payne won a race up in Canada.
He did.
That was a
It was AMA Supermoto.
It was a Supermoto race.
But it was more of an FIM also. I think it was a combination of that. So he leads the lights in the AMA Supermoto National. So
right. So there you go.
Congratulations to him.
Congratulations to him. Some locals doing well all around the country
and outside of the country. Yeah.
So you got that. So that's coming up. And we had a little NASCAR. Chevy announced. I think we have a slide that they're going to go to a Camaro in the Cup races for 2018, and I think it's a pretty good-looking car.
Well, let's start at the beginning here. So the Camaro is a coupe, which in the past, coupes were not allowed in NASCAR's top series. But now with the Camaro coupe, that's going to open the door for maybe Dodge to sneak back in with one of their coupes that they offer. It's a great-looking car. And if you look at that right there, just the front end of it is what I'm focused on.
Right.
Man, that really looks pretty identical to what you see on the Toyota Camrys, that with those scoops on the side there below that big grille in the front.
And in which Toyota's been the dominant car this season.
Has been, yeah. They've led the most laps, that's for sure.
Yeah. And they've got good teams too, but there's good teams for every manufacturer, and sometimes you get a little edge. I go back to the 90s when people would gripe about they used to have different spoiler heights for different manufacturers and different this, and people would gripe about a quarter-inch here and quarter-inch there. So it's good to see.
It is. I like there's some perceived parity in NASCAR's top division now, although that you hear a lot of the drivers and teams complaining about Toyota has an advantage in some way, shape, or form, whether it's the body or the engine. But you hear even in the national TV interviews, guys are saying, hey, we're just going for first in class. That was Brad Keselowski's comment a couple of weeks ago, with the Toyotas just having that little bit of an advantage, and it really shows up on the racetrack.
They had a little race at Michigan, big track, Sunday.
Huge.
And Brad Keselowski led a lot in the Ford, wasn't around at the finish. And Martin Truex Jr. looked like he was about headed for a win, and there was a restart for overtime. And the man in the 42 car, Mr. Larson, was sitting fourth on the track, outside second row, and made a restart move that was unbelievable. Cut to the inside
I always listen to the radio chatter. NASCAR puts together the highlights of the radio chatter. They do it, like on Tuesday. I listened to it yesterday, and Kyle Larson was saying, I'm thinking about going 3 wide on this restart. And not only did he go 3 wide, but they went 4 wide going down that front straightaway. And you saw him getting pushed by Trevor Bayne in the number 6 car, and that's what really vaulted him out there to that lead. And once he dropped to the low side entering turn 1, he was gone. He started celebrating in turn 3.
Yeah, he was, and his team was on the radio saying, "Hey, wait a couple corners here,
2 more corners, then you can celebrate all you want."
But
yeah,
and
it's a huge win for him.
Huge win for him and Chip Ganassi. And Chip Ganassi's a hero right now because he let Larson go race the Knoxville Nationals.
Finish second there, yeah,
on Saturday night, and basically he was deluged on social media to say let Larson race.
Yeah,
and he did. He finished second to the best sprint car driver in the country right now, Donnie Schwartz.
Yeah, and
so a good win for him, and a pretty exciting finish to a race that
it was an exciting finish. And I'm a fan of the segment racing, man. I am. It gives guys an opportunity to win segments, earn some points, and then it kind of sets it up for that final run. And there's been a lot of exciting finishes this year.
There have been, and not a great day for Harvick. He finished 13th, ran a little better than that at times.
He did, man. He was up in the top 5. Finished second or in the top 3 in the first 2 segments.
Right.
And then just kind of fell back there on that final restart.
Well, the thing is, that should be 35 points for Martin Truex, I think, or 34. Whatever. Kyle Larson with 18. These are the playoff points. 16, 14, kind of what they stand right now. And the interesting thing is Martin Truex has won more segments than anybody. So those segments are worth a point that carry over to the playoffs.
Yep.
He can clinch the regular season championship at Bristol this weekend.
Wow.
There's 3 races to go. He can clinch that. And as soon as he clinches that, tack on 15 for that.
Yeah.
And we get 15 bonus points that carry over. So right now he's standing at 49, and Kyle Larson is actually second in points, and looks like he's probably, it's close. Second, Larson, Busch, and Harvick are only 7-8 points apart.
Yeah, that could change.
So that could change.
Especially
but
this weekend.
That's 10 points for Larson for second place.
Right.
And then it goes 8, 7, 6 on down. But it's going to be interesting what happens at Bristol this weekend and those points, how they play out. But
this weekend, heck, I think it starts tonight.
Yeah,
with the trucks.
And well, as long as we're doing that, we can hold off on talking about Xfinity because Bubba Wallace won at Michigan. But he won, but it's encumbered.
An encumbered victory.
They found some illegal stuff.
That's unfortunate.
Well, some not to the rule stuff.
Okay. So that happens in all aspects of racing.
Yeah, I think.
From grassroots all the way to the top.
From mini dwarfs all the way
Don't
up.
Single out the mini dwarfs.
I'm just saying. We're going from 5-year-olds to 55-year-olds.
Yes, sir.
It happens in all aspects of racing.
It certainly does.
but only in NASCAR they end encumbered.
Yeah.
On the other races at your local
tracks,
tracks,
take it away.
You just didn't win. You go to the back of the field.
Yeah.
You did not finish.
Yeah.
Did not start generally.
Yes.
You cheated. Or you were caught with something that was a discrepancy.
Right. But a great story for Bubba Wallace, Darrell Wallace Jr.
Right.
Losing his sponsor in his Xfinity Series ride, 12 races into the season, fills in for the 43 car in the Cup and has some great runs there, and then gets this one-off truck deal, wins the dang thing, only for that to be the water thrown on that fire. So that's a bummer. So
there you go. And this Mid-Ohio was separate from the.
How long is this track? Is it like 7.4 miles?
Is it? No, Elkhart Lake is the long one.
Elkhart Lake
is 2.18.
Oh, okay.
And that first shot, we'll go back to that first shot, Chris. That's Ryan Reed in the 16. That's the before shot.
Great qualifying run. He
qualified fourth.
Yeah.
But during this race, there were twice. The first time somebody wrecked in front of him, and he came, and it's all blind, and the car right in front of him moved at the last second, and Ryan Reed crashed into the guy that was wrecked, and it looked like he was done. But they got the car back out there somehow, and he was near the back of the pack and going up a hill. Somebody wrecked. He crests the hill. The car right in front of him makes a hard move to the right, and Reed goes nose first into the other, and that car was totaled. So not a very good day for Ryan Reed. So
he's got the win.
33rd,
he's in. He's got the win. He's in the chase.
So you can show the points here. Casey Mears, not a good day for him either. And William Byron, 17 points. Justin Allgaier with 8. Ryan Reed with 5. You can see not a lot of bonus points or stuff because the Cup guys win a lot of these races. But Elliott Sadler, he's got this championship locked up, and that's actually 15 bonus points. So he would actually lead right now. Well, no, he wouldn't because William Bryan is second. So add 10 to that. So he's got 27. Sadler's actually got 20.
Yeah.
So William Byron's going to be the point leader
going into the playoffs.
Without a doubt. There's only a handful of races left. It's not going to change up that much. So there you have that. NHRA was off last week. Got Anton Brown here. He now leads Steve Torrance in the top field points. They're heading to Brainerd, Minnesota, which is actually kind of, I think you could throw a stone over to Wisconsin from Brainerd.
Yeah, you certainly can. And that's probably one of my favorite racetracks to watch drag racing at because there's a lot of traction there. And in the summertime, sometimes the track can go haywire.
Yeah. There's a lot of greenery there.
Yes, there is. Yes,
there is. There's a lot of humidity there.
Yeah, and so it's always exciting to watch these guys, the tuners on these cars, really have to step their game up to make it good at Brainerd.
And here's somebody, Ron Capps, leads the funny car points, but has not won recently. Had a big, huge lead, a good first 2/3 of the season almost.
Yeah, but he won 4 races in a row,
right.
I think.
And now it's Robert Hyde has won 2 in a row.
Yeah.
So Capps is trying to find his way out of his first round loss funk.
And you need to be hot going into their chase as well.
Yeah, you want to get
playoffs.
hot going into the big one would be the Indianapolis
U.S. Nationals.
on Labor Day weekend, and then from on into the chase there. So there you go there. Chris Eggleston won at Evergreen Speedway.
Dominated that deal.
Monroe, yeah. And so now he's only 4 or 6 points behind Todd Gilliland, who was up there in the top 3 and had a flat tire.
Yes.
Finished 8th. So that's K&N West race. Blaine Perkins looked like he fell out late in the race. Finished a few laps down. Finished, I think, place 16th from Bakersfield. Blaine there.
And, I'm hoping that they come into Kern County Raceway at the end of the year with the points tied. Or just 1 or 2 points separating those guys
is
on November 4th. Yeah.
Out of KCRP.
Yeah, so that'll
be back
fun.
for the second race of the season. And this weekend, the Spirit Southwest Tour heads to Irwindale Event Center. Let's just say it, Irwindale Speedway. For what's going to be their final race ever at Irwindale, because Irwindale announced it's done. It's finally, after years and years of it's going to be something other than a racetrack. They've been told that their lease is up, I think, January 18th of 2018. So this is it for Irwindale.
Well, the official statement is that the current company, the management company that runs the racetrack, their final event is going to be on January 31st, 2018. That's when they'll have to exit the property.
Right.
Now, there's not been an official statement saying that there's not going to be any more racing there at Irwindale Event Center. So until I hear that. Or until I see a bulldozer, or until I see wrenches taking down those grandstands, we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah. But it looks like it may be on its last leg.
But
we'll see. We don't know.
It could be. It's never good news when racetracks close.
No.
For any of us.
Leaves a void.
It certainly does.
Leaves a void.
It certainly does.
People say, I don't have any track to go to, so they get out of the sport.
Yeah,
not a good thing.
We're hoping that doesn't happen. But there's a couple other tracks. Orange Show Speedway is a neighbor to Irwindale, and then of course Kern County Raceway is an option as well.
So okay, and we're going to end this segment now. We're going to be back with Steve Hughes for the Kern County Raceway segment in just a minute.